going to be live streaming some Remake.js today. Hopefully some people stop by and we can chat and have fun while we explore Remake and improve it more and more. Okay, I'm going to just post in one other place. I don't know. Maybe I don't post here. I'll post here. I'm streaming it now and for the next 2 days, starting at around noon. Stop by if you're interested in web development or design. Okay. Or just want to chat. Okay, I'll post that. Okay, so I think that's all for now. So now let's get started. Let's see. So there's no one in the channel yet, I think. So let's see. So I've been working on this code, let's see, right here, which basically allows me to set up multiple apps inside of a remake project. So the idea is that one app could be like to-dos and another app could be, you know, some like progress update thing. And you might want to have both of those apps living side by side, but have separate data. Is the connection going wild? What's happening? Sullivan, good to see you, by the way. Is this stream not... Oh. Is it good now? Does it feel more stable now? Oh, weird. That's super weird. Yeah, let's hope it works out. So yeah, it's been a while, huh? I have been honestly kind of stressed out. Last week I went to a wedding and I was really anxious about it. But it turned out okay. So yeah, so now I'm just kind of getting back into the swing of things. I wanted to stream all week this week, but I wasn't really feeling up to it Monday and Tuesday. And what about you? What have you been up to? Okay. So the thing I've been working on is having multiple apps inside of a remake application so that they can have different data. Last week was pretty wild. Got to do a ton of tasks and help out with customer service people and the front end folks. Finally a break from transactions. That's awesome. Yeah, it's always good to to just have some contact with people, right? I feel like, you know, I need that every few days at least. I just kind of realize that code isn't the only thing that matters. Yeah. Yeah, and the feedback's super important too. Yeah, totally. Um, so let's see. Okay, so the thing I've been working on for the past few days has been being able to, or hey, skinny seahorse, how's it going? Let us know if there's anything you want to learn about, especially if it has to do with this framework. But even if it's something related to JavaScript or CSS, just let us know. So the thing I've been working on is being able to organize apps inside of Remake. So the idea is that you have this apps folder, and then inside of that, you have apps. And these apps don't share data with each other. So, I mean, I think in the future it should be possible to share data, but the main idea is that these are separate kind of siloed applications um, inside of a bigger remake project. And so right now I'm just hey Commander Root, how's it going? So right now I'm just experimenting with splitting up these applications into their own folders, and then getting the data to save to the right place and load into the right place. Um, so this is what we have being exported right now as as kind of like top level data that I'm going to use to render the correct routes. So I can show you like where that data is being processed. So we have this file called get_apps_info, and this is meant to compile all of the application info together and make it so that we know which page to render when you go to which route and which data to load. So in order to do that, we need to know a few things about each page, and we need to know a few things about each partial. And that's right here. So I'm sorry, I have to cough a little bit. Sorry about that. Okay. I don't know what's wrong with my throat. I was like talking fine a second ago. Here, let me just mute my mic real quick. Okay, I think my throat is just like getting prepared for streaming for a couple hours because it hasn't happened. It hasn't had to talk for so long. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we've got we've got partials and we've got pages, and the pages need to auto render. And oh, I decided on a new structure so that all you have to do is name the templates, something like home or stack, and the stack, so if you go to /stack, it's just going to render this template automatically. So it kind of works like PHP in that way, where it's just going to, I mean, PHP doesn't really work that way, but um, yeah, it's a lot nicer. And then also there's this really cool thing where if you go, so all you have to do is define this stack template, and then if you go to somewhere like, say your site is like example.com, and then you go to like stack, it's going to render that template, right? Like I said, but you can also pass an ID to it. So you can pass, this into it, and it's going to automatically realize that this is an ID, and then it's going to automatically get the item from the data that matches that ID and feed it to your template under the label current item. So it makes building out pages a lot easier because a lot of this stuff just happens automatically for you. You don't need to worry about defining the routes. You don't need to worry about defining a route parameter. It's just going to do it automatically for you. And it makes some things a little bit harder. Like I think doing like stack / to do / example / ID, that kind of multi-layered route is going to be a lot harder. So you're mostly going to want to keep it at flat routes. But I think that's fine for like a simple, web app framework if it's limited to that. um, I feel like I should do like voice exercises before I start streaming. 1 second again. Okay, so if you just heard the sounds that I made, it would be a little embarrassed for me, but luckily no one heard them except for me. Okay, so we're getting some of the data to make this necessary, to make this kind of new setup work. And so we need the name of the pages, the route that it's going to match. You see here, we're like doing everything that we need for the route. So if the route is equal to, if it's named home, the route is just going to be /, and it's not going to have that option for the the optional ID parameter. But if it's not home, this is going to be the route. And this does a lot of the work for us, a lot of the heavy lifting. So if you didn't know in Express, you can put, this is how you define a parameter. You probably know that if you've used Express before. But you can put a question mark after it, and it kind of acts like a regular expression where it's going to make this parameter optional. And I didn't know that before yesterday, but that was pretty cool. So now we've got the pages where we have the name, the route, the template string that we're going to want to render with the data, and then the name of the app that it's in, which is just the name of the folder that it's in. And I just want to make sure I'm getting all that data correctly. So if I look here, we've got pages, we've got a pages array. And the name of it for the first page is login, and the route is going to be login and then an ID of optional after it. Now for the login page, we're never going to use this ID, but that's fine. And then we've got the template string for the login page, and then we've got the app name, and it's just underscore shared. This isn't going to be a real app. This is like, we're not going to save data to this namespace probably. I mean, we could, there'd be no problem with it. But underscore shared, I'm thinking, is just going to be for shared partials and shared templates. So for like the header and the footer, put that in shared. And then for the login and the sign up pages, we put that in shared too. Now we got the same thing for sign up, right? It's got the route working, we think, and then the app name, and then home, and then the route is just a plain route at the root of the app, whatever that is. And then the template string, and then once again, the app name is different now. Ooh, okay, here's a problem. So the app name, it looks like it's just task, whereas it should be task-fellow. So let's see what's going on there. So if I look at where I'm getting the app name, oh, okay, here we go. So we're matching word characters, but that doesn't include, I guess that doesn't include, let's see, I guess that doesn't include dashes. I thought it included dashes, but let's look. Okay, so if we go to my favorite regular expression tester, we're going to test the regex that we have. Does not match. Oh, okay, it's because I put these regular expression characters in there. Okay, so now that matches. And we have word and then plus. Okay, so let's look at the cheat sheet and let's look at what word matches. Oh, okay, so word doesn't match dashes. I thought it did, but I guess it just matches underscores. Okay, so let's put a dash in here. I think it could be either at the beginning or the end. Oh no. Okay, so what we want is a character selector for word or dash and then plus. So it can be word or dash repeated over and over again. Word character, yeah. So word character or a dash. Okay, so now this regular expression should work better than the regular expression we had before. Let's just use the the regex, flags in there, the slashes. And now let's refresh this, and we should get new output. Okay, that's great. We're just going to select this output and paste it in here. And scroll up here, delete that. Okay, so now we'll save this. So now let's keep going through this. So we were down at, let's see, home, right? So we got the route, that looks good. The template string looks fine. I don't think there's going to be a problem with the template string. And then the app name, boom, we've got task fellow now. Okay, that's perfect. So for stack, we've got stack and then stack ID, that looks good. App name, task fellow. For the partials, we've got the footer and the app name. And for the head, we've got that and the app name. And for stack, we've got this and the app name. Okay, so this all looks good. Okay, so let's go to the next step, which is going to be actually rendering things when they should be rendered. So the first thing I'm going to do is at the top of the page, I'm going to just say app info equals get app info, so that we're going to have this, data all there in one place, right? And I don't think we're going to need a lot of this stuff anymore. So I'm going to just put it in this note for now. And this is the old code that was responsible for rendering the pages before, so I'm just going to delete that. And then, let's see. So same thing here. But I do want to make sure that I'm doing everything. Hey, Lurks, how's it going? That I'm doing everything I was doing before. So I think what I should have is appinfo.pages. So I'm going to just say let pages equal that. And now I should be able to loop over each page and do what I was doing before, except with these pages. And except now, instead of the other thing that I had, I'm not going to have all of this data. I'm not going to have the page name, the config path, the template path. All I'm going to have is these. And I might need some of those things again, but for now, let's just see if we can simplify it to just this. So let's commas here, delete. Okay, great. So now we've got the name, the route, the template string, and the app name. So now we're going to say app, let's see, app dot get, and then we're going to do route, and I think we need it to be async. Yeah, I think so. So we're going to say async, and we're going to do request response. I think we do want to get the params. Let's actually just copy all of the stuff that we're doing in here, and we can just remove it if we don't need it anymore, but I think we are going to need most of it. So instead of just rewriting it all. Okay, so we get the params, we get the query parameters. We're going to get the path name, so parse URL is something that we're going to need. So let's put this at the top. Let's see, what's the next thing? The user, that's fine. The flash errors, that's good. And then data. So let's see, data and current item. Okay, so this is a little bit harder because now that we have apps and we have this concept that the apps can be, namespaced in different areas, the place we get the data from is going to be different. So what I'm thinking is that we're going to store the data still in app data, but then inside of that it's going to be namespaced. So let's get it from user dot app data, and then in here we're going to say app name. And I think that's fine because I think we can have dashes inside of Mongo keys. I don't know why we wouldn't be able to. I guess I would prefer, you know what, maybe I would prefer if we converted it to camel case, because that's just more, feels like a more natural way of doing it. So yeah, let's yeah, I do want to convert it. So let's go in here. I could just let's see. So I have I don't have Remake in my sidebar. So I have a thing that converts it in Remake, so I could use that, or I could use just like an npm package to convert it to camel case. What do you guys think? I'm not sure. I guess it's good to be consistent and just use Remake all the time. And it's good not to pull in like other things that we don't necessarily need. So I guess I'll do that. Okay, so let's go here and we're going to just say import, and let's just see what we need. So if we go in here and we go into, where's my Remake.js? There we go. Let's see the index. We're exporting all of this. That's not really anything we need. Do we not have a, I thought we had a dist folder here. Where is it being exported? It is, it's being exported to dist. Why don't we have a dist folder in here? Is that weird? Index, or let's see, so package JSON. You know what, I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna just see what's going on. So if I go into Remake.js and I run npm run build, oh, I know what's happening. It's because I hid this file. So if I go into settings and I go down here, folder exclude patterns, this is so annoying because like, man, I'm like trying to make it so that I can, so that I don't search these huge folders when I'm like searching my project for code, but it also makes them hidden in the sidebar. It's so annoying. Okay, so I think the dist folder was there already. I'll just leave it for now. That's a very annoying thing about Sublime though, is that you can't, I just wanted to like skip over certain folders when I search, and that's been hard to do for a while now. I don't know, I've tried to do it in a million different ways. Okay, but anyways, so if we do, let's see, what do we want? So I think if we import, I guess we're not exporting access to Hummingbird. So that's annoying. I mean, I guess I could just import it directly from the source, but no, I don't know. And I don't want to export everything individually. I don't want to update remake for this. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just get this from somewhere else. So we're going to say dash to camel case. It's kind of annoying that we're going to include a package just for this, but whatever. I'm kind of fine with it. It just better not have any like sub-dependencies because that would be very, very sad. Okay, so let's go here and just make sure it doesn't have any dependencies. Dev dependencies. It has dev dependencies, but it doesn't have any dependencies. And let's look at the code. Oh, it's written in TypeScript, like everything these days, huh? So if I look at this, wow, it's really advanced. Like, wow. It's pretty thorough, I think. And wow, 27 million weekly downloads. Wouldn't it be cool to kind of have created this, you know, early on? Just a few, yep. But like, when did this even come out? 5 years ago, yeah. Someone released this 5 years ago. Wow. Okay, anyways, so let's just include this. Let's just add this. So I'll do this here. And I think I don't have to do save anymore. I think it's saved automatically. Let's just confirm that that's the case. Am I in Remake Apps? I am. Oh man, 349 high severity vulnerabilities. What? npm audit. A lot of them are parcel, huh? I don't know. Whatever. I don't care. High severity. Jeez. It sounds bad, right? But like, what are these? I mean, they're all with parcel. Live reload. I mean, these are dev dependencies. I don't really care about that. Yeah, parcel, Lodash, prototype pollution. I don't care about prototype pollution. It doesn't feel like, does that feel like a high severity thing to you? Prototype pollution? That doesn't feel like a high severity thing. Yeah. I mean, a lot of them are for... See, I wish I knew what this did. Like, I wish they gave... Yeah, but I mean, I feel like if it's like a hacker can hack into your app, I feel like that's super severe, right? I feel like mark that as high, right? But if it's like if it's gonna be like when you're looping over this object, you know, it's gonna it might cause some issues and you might save the wrong data. You know, that might be an issue, but it's not like all your users' data is going to be compromised kind of thing. Okay, so I'm gonna ignore those like a good person. Okay, so now we should have this package, and we'll just do this. So got camel case, and we're gonna camel case. What were you saying? The app name? Okay, so I'm gonna just do a hard assumption that this is that this has a value. Yeah, we'll just wrap it there. I don't know. This is this is a rough go. Okay, so then here we're gonna get it from the app data at the namespace of the camel case app name. And then we're going to pre-process the data. So I forget what this does. If we go into lib, I think it has something to do with adding unique IDs. Yeah, it does. That's all it does, I think. It just adds IDs to any objects that don't have IDs, and then updates the data in the database. Okay, so there's a little problem with this, right? Because we're updating the app data here. But that's not exactly what we want to do anymore. We want to update the namespace of the app name. So we need to pass in the app name here. And then we're going to get the app name here. And let's see. So we're passing in the data. So that's fine. Looping over the data is fine because we know we have the right data. But then we have users collection and then this thing. So instead of it being inside of app data, I want it to be inside of app data and then the app name. So let's just say, I don't know what the official term for this part of a Mongo query is, but I'm going to just say it's like update command. So we'll call it update command. And I'm going to cut that out there and paste it in there. So now we have the equivalent, except we need to dynamically create this object. Okay. So I guess we'll grab this, we'll set that to an empty object, and then we're going to say update command, and then $set, and then app data, and then we're going to have app name here, and then we're going to set that equal to this. I think that should work. Who knows, right? No, I think that should work, right? Because we're just getting this key and then that key, and then we have an object there, and then we're just setting the app name on them on that. It's a little bit, it's a little bit weird, but I'm kind of okay with it right now. The first priority I have is just let's get this working. Then we can clean up the code or rush off to the next thing. um, but yeah, no, you shouldn't. I should clean it up a little bit, I think, if I can. Okay, so we've got params ID and then value ID equals the params ID. Then we set current item equal to value. Okay, so that should work the same too, because we're just looping through the data to get the current item that matches the current ID. Wait, where are we getting the ID from? Params ID? Okay, and we are checking to see if there is a params ID. So that's fine. That should work exactly the same. And then we say if user and write app data to temp files. Okay, so this is another thing. So this is a debugging thing where like if we want to see our data as a JSON file just to quickly just see all of our data, we want to be able to do that. However, now that we're using apps, it's a little bit harder. Well, it's not like super hard, but instead of just using the username for the JSON file's name, we also want to be using the app name. So we want to say like formatted username, and then I think the app name. So we'll do dash and then $ curly braces, and we'll just put app name in there. So now then we'll get something like John dash task fellow, and task fellow will be camel case. Whatever. I would rather it be, no, I think I'd rather it be camel case. I was thinking maybe it should be dash case, but that might be confusing when there's also a dash between the username and the app name. Okay, and then we're going to write it to that file, and we're not going to do anything in the callback, because whatever, it's just a debugging thing. And then we're going to render, and we're going to render, okay, the template path. Okay, so it turns out, oh, okay. So, yeah, so I have, instead of a template path, I have a template string now. So I think I just need to do something a tiny bit different here. So let's look up nunjux render. We've got name, context, callback, render string. Okay, same as render, but renders a raw string instead of loading a template. Okay, so yeah, it should just be as simple as that. And instead of passing in the template path, we're going to pass in template string. And title, where are we getting title from? Oh, okay, it's supposed to be passed in at this top level, but I think we're not going to have it anymore, so let's just delete it. And then we got data, params, query. We got those all up here. Path name, that's fine. Current item, flash, errors, and user. Great, and then we send the HTML to the user. That all seems good to go. I feel like I'm probably forgetting something. Yeah. I am probably forgetting something. And you know what I want to do? I want to only process this app info once. So I think what I want to do is call it immediately when it's imported. So let's delete this export call, and let's call this, you know what? I don't know how this works. If you include this in more than one places, is it going to be called every time? Actually, I'm not sure. I think my intuition is that it would be. Because why wouldn't it be, right? I mean, just, yeah. Although, I don't know. I'm not sure. Does anyone know? So I'm going to test it out. So I'm going to say, well, no, it totally would, right? Because if I console log in here well, No, I'm still not sure. Okay, so let's console log in here. Um, and let's just include this somewhere else too. So inside of API routes, we're gonna call it 2. And then let's just see what it tells us over here. Oh, I got an error. Get oh, okay, it's because I removed this. Okay, let's just put it back to how it was for now. And I got 1, 2, 3. So it's only run once. So that's very interesting. So if you have a module and you import it in more than one places, in more than one place. Wait, maybe it's just erroring. So wait, let's see. Where is this erroring? Init API. That's wait. Oh, jeez. Yep. Okay. So yeah, I'm kind of stupid. Okay, so yeah, let's do that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. So I think we just confirmed that it's only called once. It's only. That's very interesting. I feel like I should have known that like a million years ago. Um, okay, but yeah, so that means that we can do what I was thinking, which is just run the function once, and we're gonna say or we can say const, I don't know, doesn't matter. Const app info, and then we're gonna just export app info. And then over here, we're gonna just import app info, and let's console log that. Just to make sure we've got it. Oh, don't got it. Okay. Invalid or unexpected token. Okay, so let's see. Export app in, I don't know. Maybe it's the const thing? I don't think it's the const thing. Is it the what's going on with export? Oh, I'm being stupid. I think I'm being stupid. I think if I did export def, no. Huh? I don't know. I think this is gonna work, but I don't know why. No, I guess not. Let's see. The requested module does not provide an export named getAppsInfo. Well, that's fine, because we're getting rid of that. So it did work. I'm a little tired today, so I don't know if that's my excuse. Why does this work and the other one didn't work? Because I feel like this is returning an object. I think it's just the syntax. I think I've been confused about this before, like thinking that, oh, it'll just destructure it or something. But I think if I did export default, it would work. Wait, what are you doing? So I'm exporting, I'm processing this big function when the app first loads, but I just want to process it once, even though it's being imported from multiple places. So I'm running it as soon as it's imported, right? So I'm running it inside the file, and then I'm just exporting the result. Hey, Foile, how's it going? Yeah, and it's working. So, but yeah, I was just curious because I tried doing this, export app info, and that didn't work. And even though I'm not sure exactly what I would expect that to do, I feel like it should like destructure and export all of the, I don't know, sub keys of this object, but it doesn't, because I think it has no key. Yeah, I think like a lot of people think that like export and import is like with objects, and that if you do like this, you're like destructuring the object. But I think that's not true. I read something, I don't know, by some person who seemed like they knew what they were talking about. Yeah, but I mean, okay, so like if I have this object, uh, like this, oops, thing. Whew, okay. So if I do this, right, uh, and then I do this, what I would expect is that it's going to export like this, right? Because I would think, hey, Liga 1 Gamos version V2, how's it going? Um, yeah, because I would think that this would be the same as like this, right? Like I can do this. I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, working on my own custom framework, having a fun time. What are you up to? So I think I can do this. Nope, I can't do this. Why can't I do this? It's whatever. It's very weird to me. I'm fine with it though. I honestly don't. I like. Yeah. Obviously, I don't really know what import and export do, but they work and they're convenient, and it seems like they make sense on a surface level. So I'm gonna just keep going. Anything, anything. Dot, 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 you abandoned the project? What do you mean? I abandoned the project. Which project? I didn't abandon any project. Okay, so we're getting app info console logged with the password. Oh, you were here for the whole password conversation where we were talking about um, what a good password looks like, right? Like whether it's 8 characters or 10 characters or. Okay, nice. No, I didn't abandon that. That was an app that was kind of finished. Uh, But right now, I've created 3 different apps using Remake, which is this custom framework, and I'm working on the fourth. And I want to get them all into one project. So I'm giving Remake the ability to support more than one project at the same time. Um, and so then after I do that, then I'm gonna go back to working on the login and the sign up and also creating a new project, which is an adventure story project. It's going to be like a multiple choice adventure story where like you have the start of the story and then you have 3 choices and then you can click on one of them to go to the next stage in the story. That's pretty cool. And I'm just adding some of the functionality to make that possible. Um, okay, so we've got app info here. Okay, so I think this should all work. And let me just make sure. Yeah, I don't need this. I don't think I need, let's see, do I need read file? I don't need read file. I think I do need path. Yep. So let's put that up there. FS. I don't need this. So I don't need any of this. JSON file. I do use that. Huh. Okay, I use JSON file. And nunchucks I do use. Okay, cool. Ba, ba, ba. And preprocessed data, I definitely use that too. Okay, so now let's see if this works. So I should be able to go here and load up a page. Let's see what's happening. Okay. Unexpected token U in JSON at position 0, JSON parse. Oh, okay, of course, because it's not getting the right data because there's no data in the database at that new app area. So that's a problem. Mm, I'm not sure how to resolve this problem actually. Oh, I don't even know what database we're using for this. Let's see. I should probably create a new um, So let's do that. And whatever, I don't care. Okay, so let's restart this. That's not going to solve anything. I just don't want to overwrite the other data for the other project. Okay, so if we look at our data in our database, well, we're not going to have it yet, are we? Are we? I guess we do. Okay, we already have it, and we've got sessions, whatever. So we don't have anything else. So the problem is right here. So data JSON parse user app data app name. Yeah, so now Remake has this problem of like how are you gonna bootstrap data? So I could just like create a JSON object and then load that into the database whenever the app like is initially started. That's a pretty good solution. Or I could just like default to an empty object, right? So I could just like, I mean, yeah, that might work actually. So like if I do something like that, but then it's going to render. Yeah, no, I guess that's fine actually. That's kind of fine. Yeah, let's just start with empty data. Okay, so we'll refresh again, see the next error. Okay, so unhandled, so template render error, template not found. Oh, okay, yep, that makes sense. That's a good error. I really like getting new errors. It's like so much fun. Like I used to just hate getting errors when I first started programming, but now like my goal is just like, can I get a different error? And then if I get a different error every time, it's like, wow, I'm super smart. um, but like before, it was like, I'm getting an error every time. I'm so stupid. I'm so bad at this. But like getting new errors is like super good. Like really, really good. Okay, so we've got home and we've got partials. Okay, so we want to go into the shared folder. So we want to go up a level. If I don't get errors, I immediately think, what am I missing? It can't be fine. Yeah, not getting any errors is definitely scarier than getting errors. Because it's like 80% or 90% like the old code is like still in the cache and like you're like thinking it's like the new code and then you like go on like being all happy and then you keep making changes and then like you're like 5 big changes deep and then you realize, oh my god, like I've been writing with this assumption that I'm a genius and it turns out that everything is broken and I've invested like, you know, like it just sucks when you feel like you're making so much progress and then all of a sudden you're not. And it's just like, oh, I should have followed my instinct of double checking things. Yeah. I think that's part of the reason why tests are good. But I guess tests wouldn't really help in that situation, if it's testing the old code. I don't know. Caches are evil. I feel like caches should just die. Not really. I'm almost completely kidding, but I do think in like your development environment, they definitely shouldn't exist. But I have been burned by caching so many times, so many times. Um, okay. Okay, so we go up one level, then we go into underscore shared, then we go into partials, then we go into head. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing for footer. Um, yeah. I mean, that's what they say, right? They say like there's 3 hard things or 2 hard things in programming: naming things, cache invalidation, and off by 1 errors. It's kind of cute. Okay, we got that. Oh, let's add it for the sign up page too. And we'll say footer. And then here. Angry Moose on the Loose says naming methodologies. Sorry, I just tried making a puke sound. Is that as good for you guys as it was for me? um, yeah, I won't try to do that again. Just because I'm really bad at it. I think if I was better at it, I'd be okay with it. If you guys can't tell, I'm a little tired right now. But let's see. So naming methodologies. I don't know. I think I've like worked with like one other person who like was a strong believer in naming methodologies. But I was a new programmer at the time, and I think he just gave up on me in a certain respect. Yeah, so that was fun. Let's see. What's going on here? Uh, it's not. It's not finding the template. But I'm curious, Moose. What was your experience with naming methodologies? I'm curious. Like, are you just talking about having things be like camel case or dash case, or are you talking about like you have to label all your promises or like variables or something a certain way? I could imagine it getting like pretty complex pretty quickly. So we're definitely rendering the home page. Oh, I think there's something about this where it's not, huh? It's not, I think it's not relative to, no, actually, I have no idea what's going on. Okay, what is this saying? So template render error, template not found, dot dot underscore shared. So I'm going up a level, so now I'm on here. And then I go into partials, and then I go into head. K4 Nudie, how's it going? Angry Moose on the Loose says, I read like 4 books about it, lost half of my hair from it, acquired PTSD, and at the end of time, I'm wobbling with few methodologies right now. 80% on my own. At the end of time, what's it? Uh, what's it like at the end of time? I'm very curious about that. Um, okay, let's see. So if let me just delete these and see if this will work. Boom, it works. Okay, so the issue is it can't find this. You know what? I'm gonna just try going up one more directory, even though it doesn't feel like that should be necessary. Um, okay, good. It gave me the error I was expecting, which is that you can't find it. Um, let's try making it like not even go up a directory. I don't know how that would make sense, but uh, let's see. And that's not gonna work. Okay, so let's see if like dot apps work, because maybe it's relative like to the top level of the. Oh, you meant at the end of that journey. Oh, you're wobbling. Wobbling. Um, so you're trying to use naming methodologies in your own code, but you're struggling with it, and you're trying to use a few different ones at the same time. Have they been helpful to you? Is there like a? It feels like you don't like them. Why are you trying to use them? Um, okay, so we'll go up here into underscore shared. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go in here. I'm going to reveal in Finder. And then, oh, this is a cool thing. If you're on a Mac, so if you right click on a file and then you hold Alt, if you hold Alt, instead of copying the file, you can copy it as a path name. It's very cool. You got all these like optional items. Oh, I didn't even know about this one. But yeah, so you can copy as a path name. So I can do that, and then I can go back into here and make sure I'm not like misspelling anything. I think this is the same. Yep. Okay, not misspelling anything as far as I can tell. Okay, let's see. So template not found. I don't know what that is. What that? Oh wait. Huh. Why wouldn't that work? I don't even understand at all what's going on. So we're in home. I believe we're in home, right? Because there's nothing else we would be wanting to render. And it used to be dot partials index. Now it's head. I don't know. I have no idea what's happening here. Uh, da 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 da. Include. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Sometimes restarting the app helps. I think like if it hasn't realized it's there, I don't know. No, I don't think this is gonna help. Okay, I have no idea. I guess let's look at the nunchucks documentation and look at the includes. So if we search for include, I want to search the sidebar, please. It doesn't have it. Oh, this is the API. We don't want to be on the API page. You're trying to use one methodology because you don't like crumble. Wait. Okay. I'm trying to use one methodology because I don't like crumble myself with ideas when it comes to tech. But even books weren't that helpful. Stack Overflow actually were, but I'm still not there. Oh. Are you just starting out? Okay, so let's look at the documentation for include. Include. Yep. Cutting up templates into pieces. Any arbitrary expression. Okay. Huh. Well, it didn't really give me any information. Hmm. I don't know. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to chalk it up to being a little, not really. You graduated in 2013 and you started serious programming in 2015. Okay. Yeah, so you're not new at all. Um, uh, yeah, I think just, yeah, I mean, after you work on things for a while, I think you'll just develop your own style um, and then become more familiar with something. It's really good to be like part of a team too, because I think a lot of people have a lot of different ideas about stuff, and some of them are really really helpful. Like sometimes just like a slight change to the way you name a variable can really clear up the code and how you understand it. I've run into like a few of those situations where I'm like, this feels very unfamiliar, and then like a week later, I'm like, this is the best thing ever. It's so smart. Like one thing that really helped me back when jQuery was big was always naming jQuery variables with like a dollar sign in front. so that you could just always tell that it was a jQuery variable. So if like you were using this later, way down somewhere else in your code, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's a jQuery element. That was a really good tip for me. And then the other thing is like on CSS classes, if you attach, so say you have like a div, and then you have a class, and you have like a style class, right? So maybe this is like a to-do item, but you also want to affect it with JavaScript. Instead of selecting that, you put like JS, and then you put like, I don't know, say you want to like be able to mark it as done. You can say like toggle to do, something like that. And then this lets you know, okay, these are the default classes, right? They're just for styling. And then this is the functionality class. So if you want to affect the functionality class or rename it or whatever, you don't have to worry about styling. That's what this one does. And then if you want to move this class around, you don't have to worry because this is the one that has to do with the functionality. So that was another very, very helpful one for me. Okay, let's see. So I think what I'm going to do is start debugging this kind of old-fashioned way, which is console logging. Sure, I use BEM. It's exactly what you say. I just use underscore to indicate block and dash to indicate state. I am a huge believer in BEM, and I've brought it everywhere I've gone in the past couple of years, and I use it in all of my personal projects. I love BEM. But I think the JS thing is different because it's, I mean, BEM is great for CSS in general, but I'm talking about like classes that you're not using for CSS. And for those, I would recommend putting a JS in front of it. Just so you can instantly tell, oh, okay, this is for functionality, this isn't for styling. Yeah, I love BEM. I'm all about BEM because it just makes global CSS a lot less problematic because you're namespacing everything. So you're having like the top level component and then you namespace everything inside of it. Just very, very, very helpful compared to like having like 3 different button components that are all trying to override each other. It is like a nightmare. Okay, so I'm gonna just console log these things here. And then refresh this page. And let's see, what are we getting here? So it's home. The route is the slash. So that's what we were expecting. And then we have this. Oh, I know what's happening. I know what's happening. It's because we're not passing in, we're passing in a string. So we're using, yeah, this is great actually. Okay, so I have no idea how to fix this, but I do know what's wrong. So we're using render string here. But since we're not passing in a path, there's nowhere for it to be relative to, right? So when we were using the path, this statement, where is it? So this statement here made sense, right? Because it's just like, yeah, relative to the path you're currently in. But what are we doing here? We're doing, let me just close some of this stuff. So here, I'm just rendering a string, right? And the string, I guess, You know what it, so maybe it's relative to this page. So maybe I need to go, let's see if this works. I don't know if I'll keep this, but if I go up a level and then into apps, right? I think that'll work. So if I go up a level and then into apps, and then let's do that down here too. I think this is gonna work. Yeah, because it's gonna be relative to the JavaScript file, I guess. Maybe not. Maybe not. Template not found. Dot dot apps shared. Okay, so I would think it would be relative to this. Up and then into apps. Okay, so it's not. So I think at this point, I mean, whatever, either way, what I was going to try to do is configure. So like maybe there's a way to say what the default views should be. Yeah, I think something like this. Okay, I'm going to be right back, you guys. I have to take a quick 2-minute break, but I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, let's see, what was I up to? Um, okay, so yeah, I think if I put in this path, okay, tell nunchucks that your templates live at path and flip any feature on or off. Huh. So what does path do? Um, huh. Okay, yep. I think this is a good. Okay, so let's why does it need to know about Express? I'm curious. Should install to. Huh. I don't know what that means. Okay, so oh, watch. What does watch do? Ooh, cool. That's good. I probably want to do that eventually. Watch. Okay, so let's pass in um the configure. So I need to find everywhere I'm doing this. Um, I wonder what's returned by this actually. Let's just see real quick. So console log a. I think it's just the default nunchucks. Okay, so yeah, I want to create another like a nunchucks thing. So that I don't have to keep configuring it everywhere I'm using it. Um, so I'm going to just say nunchucks.js. Nunchucks lib, I guess. Just so it doesn't get confused, with the npm package. And then in here, I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to export I think I just export nunchucks from here. I think so. Okay, and then there's the other thing that's new, which is I want to pass in the views. Okay, so here, let's pass in, oh man, and I don't know what this is relative to or what. I think I probably have to go up a directory and then say apps. I don't even know if this is going to work, but whatever. You know what? Before before doing this, let's just see if it works, right? Because that's the important thing. Okay, so we have configure, and we're going to say here dash dot apps, and then in our home template, now we should be able to do this. I think. I'm not sure. But let's try let's try it. Oh no, it didn't work. Okay. So what is it saying now? Unhandled template render unknown. Okay, so let's try dot slash, and you know what? It might not be because I don't have watch on. That might be why it's not working. No. Okay, it's just no, it is changing, I think. Okay. Let's try it as just like an absolute path. I know I'm just like playing around now. It's not working. Okay, let's go back to let's search for this nunchucks configure and then render string because those are the things we're running into trouble with. This one looks maybe helpful. Okay, you can pass multiple directories to this. Okay. Vengeful Vine, how's it going? I think what Hitesh means is to be able to pass a partials option that will set the root folder of where to look for nunchucks templates. Hey, how's it going? What are you interested in? What are you working on? How's your day going? Let us know. Um, I'm having a little trouble with nunchucks templating right now. So if we pass partials views in the context of render and render string, then we don't need to specify the whole path, but only the relatives path. Da 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 da. I'm going to use. Huh. What is this? Consolidate.js. Template engine consolidation library for Node.js. What? What is this? Wow. So you can use multiple template engines at once. That's pretty cool. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Day is fine. You're just bored, no motivation, so just browsing through Twitch. Well, I'm glad you made the stop here. um, if you are interested in following a person who has lost their voice entirely and is just looking at programming documentation, then welcome. You're at the right spot. Um, are you interested in web development or design or anything like that? I could maybe point you towards a tutorial or something if you're interested in learning about that kind of stuff, or game development. I know game development's pretty exciting field. Um, yeah, I don't know. Or yeah, I don't know. Twitch is fun though. I love Twitch. I usually watch when I go on Twitch. I usually watch video games. Probably too many, actually. I watch like 8 hours of video games sometimes. Uh, okay. You do web development mainly in TypeScript, but just as a hobby, but you're interested in learning about the framework you're working on. Ooh, awesome. Uh, yeah, so it started out as just like a tiny library, and then it expanded, and um, and now it's becoming kind of a full stack framework. Although you can still just use it, as a front end framework. But if you go to remake.js.com, it'll redirect you to the GitHub documentation. And there's some pretty good examples here, like the To-Dos app, and then there's this annotated source code here. Um, but this like quickly explains, what it takes to set up a remake app. And it's very simple. Like you can see there's these lines here and these lines here. It's probably like less than 20 lines total. Or let's see. Yeah, well, it's probably a little bit more than 20 lines, 25 lines. But or 28 lines, there we go. So 28 lines, you can create a to-do list app. And it's not that complicated. It's all mostly just data attributes. So the idea is that you can just write some HTML and CSS and, a tiny bit of templating, right? Just like inserting some data into the template. And you'll have like an app where you can edit data, delete data, um, add data, everything you would do in a normal app, just using data attributes. And the data in the DOM is going to match the data in the database and vice versa. So the data that's organized on the page, how it's organized, how, if one element is inside of another element, that usually means that that object is inside of the parent object. It's not necessarily the case. You could have them be the same object, but yeah, that's the basic idea. And then, like here, here's an example of like an array, right? So we just say that this is a type of list, and then each of the items inside of it, we're just going to render this partial right here. And this is an object that has keys and values on it, and it's just parsed as keys and values. And yeah, it's pretty simple, like once you get used to it. And I haven't updated this page in a little bit, this quick reference sheet. So it still needs to be updated, but this will tell you like everything you need to know, and it's not that long. It's like a couple pages, but it's everything that Remake can do pretty much. Like I said, I haven't updated it in like a month, so it's a tiny bit out of date. There's a few more features that I need to add in there, and a few things that I forgot about. But yeah, those are good places to get started. But right now I'm kind of working on the underlying framework. And that's probably going to be for the rest of today at least, and maybe a little of tomorrow before we get back into building apps. But we've normally been building like one app every stream, and it takes usually about like 2 hours to build a full app. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. If you like have any questions at all, you can reach out to me on Twitter or on GitHub or whatever, and I will respond right away. Because I'm very excited about having people use this and play around with it, and getting people to be successful with it. Because I think honestly, I think it's the fastest way I've ever experienced of building a web app, and that's the main point of it. Is just that like you can have an idea and you build it in an afternoon just by designing it pretty much, and the web app parts of it, the editing, deleting, adding items, that's all taken care of for you automatically. That's the idea behind it anyways. um, okay, so config views. Oh, maybe I need to pass in an absolute path here. So yeah, let's undo this. Let's see, what are they? Okay, okay. So that looks good. But I think I need to pass in an absolute path here. So let's get path and put it in here. And then let's do, I think it's path dot join. Then we're going to do underscore dir name. So that's the current path, and then we're joining it to this. Okay, so maybe that'll work. Who knows, right? Oh wait, I'm not even doing it in the right place. Ay. Okay, so let's go here. Okay. Yeah, because I didn't implement this nunchuck lib yet. I just wanted to see if I could get it working. Okay, so let's see if we can render the page. Render the page, please. It didn't work. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Template, same thing. Template not found. So annoying. I guess let's see what this path is. I guess, right? Oops. Okay, so where's my path? Right here. Here's the remake apps. Apps. So this is, I'm telling it that this is the views folder. And so I would think I would be able to pass in relative URLs in order to render them, right? Huh. Let's go back to this little piece of documentation that we have here. So we're configuring the views, I guess without knowing what their directory structure looks like. Okay, here we go. Views. Wait, this is so confusing. This is like such a confusing way to write it. What does this mean? Dash dash views. Is that a directory or is that, are they, what does that mean? Okay, and then down here they're saying include partials header.html. And here, where are they defining templates? Huh, that's weird. So they're passing in templates. Very weird. I have no idea. I have no idea. Let's search for like nunchucks, configure views problem. I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna work. Yeah, was using path module. This is not working for me. In Node, views would be a path relative to the current working directory. If you run node server at the root directory, the template path would be server views. Huh. But, hmm. I guess we can try that, right? I mean, we tried everything else. It really doesn't make sense that this wouldn't work to me, but let's try it. So we're going to just say apps for this, because that's what we're running the server from the root directory of this project. I don't know, it kind of makes sense. It's kind of nice, I guess, if it works. Okay, we crashed. Invalid or unexpected token. Something. Oh, oops. Okay. Refreshing. It still didn't work. Okay, this is like at the point where it's getting a little on my nerves. Template not, which is not helpful. It's never helpful when code gets on your nerves because it's just like it's just code. It's just a fact. Template not found. Shared partials head.njk. Okay, let's see. Nunchucks include render string. Okay, let's see. Maybe this is something. I just got this error. Okay. Hey. Okay. Asynchronous templating. Hey, Tade, how's it going? What are you up to today? Working on anything interesting? Okay, let's go in here. Let's see what this says. I'm doing the following. Oh, I posted this here. Oh, this is stupid. This is just copying the GitHub issue. I guess it's that's actually a tiny bit nicer formatting. I like this syntax highlighting a little bit better. It's like I can actually read it, I feel like. Um, hmm. Okay. Um, hmm. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I guess I'll just keep playing around with it, right? So let's remove this console log because I don't really need it anymore. And let's see. I can't believe I'm like getting so hung up on this. Like, this feels like this tiny issue, you know? Um, okay, so I'm gonna do path join again because I feel better about that. So I'm gonna do dir name and then dot dot apps. Uh, and I want to, you know what I want to do? I want to console log this. Because I want to see what path is it getting. Is it getting the right path? So let's see. Does it give me it? Maybe it doesn't even give me it. Filters, tests, extensions. Okay, it doesn't. Events, event count, max listeners, options. Okay, options. Wait, it's not going to even have the path in there? No cache, false, search paths. Search paths looks interesting. How about like loaders? Oh man, why is this an array? It's so weird, it's an array. Um, okay, I don't know. I guess, yeah, I guess I'll do that. Okay, so let's set this equal to A, and we're just gonna console log a.loaders, the first one, and then we're gonna assume this is object-like, and we're gonna do search paths. Okay, let's see what it gives us. Nothing. A is not defined. What? Okay, so it's searching users, David Miranda, GitHub, remake apps, apps. Huh. That's weird. Because, I mean, that's what it should be searching, I think. Unless it doesn't have the ability to, like, understand an absolute path. Okay, let's see. Okay, if I do this, um, what is it going to give me as a search path? I'm just going to say apps. Yeah, I don't really even know which one's better. I'm going to stick with this, but I don't even think it's helping. I don't think it helps at all. Let's see, because if I go here, this is relative, shared partials, head.njk. You know, it would be like super upsetting if I was just like misspelling this template, if it was like nk instead of njk or something simple like that. That would be super, super annoying. Okay, let's try it again. It did not work. Template render error, template not found, shared partials head.njk. Um, okay, let's search for like render string, nunchucks render string template not found. I think this should give me something good. Okay. You will need to configure a nunchucks environment and a loader for include to work. Otherwise, nunchucks has no way of knowing where the included file is located. With render string, for instance, what path would image gallery be relative to the JavaScript file that called it, the HTML page on which the JavaScript was run? Here are relevant docs. File system loader. Huh. Configure scoping. Okay. Huh. I read the source code and I found the easiest way to solve it. Oh. Really? So you can give it the path. I mean, I don't know. I guess that's like a decent solution, but I think that what I'm doing already should work. I guess the one issue is that I could be configuring nunchucks elsewhere, and that could be overriding this configuration, I guess. Let's look. Let's see. Oh, I do it here. Um, okay. I mean, it really could be it. This this could be super annoying, actually. Um, okay, so let's do. Where is it? Where's my nunchucks configure? There we go. Okay, got it there. Init API routes. We already got it there. Why was it bad there? Should I not change it here? Oh my goodness, I didn't change it there. Okay, so we've got it there, we've got it there. That's fine. And then this is all just cache stuff. And this is, what is this? Oh, it's just samples. It's like documentation. Okay, whatever. So let's close our app, restart it, just to make sure. I don't think that's necessary, but maybe. It loaded. So it was that. It was just because I was using nunchucks configure in different places. Okay, so that's super annoying. So yeah, let's not run into that problem again, right? So let's do this, and everywhere we're including nunchucks right now, let's just do this. So let's search this for that. What? How come it's not finding anything? Oh, it's at regex? That could be part of the issue, I guess. Okay. So we've got get apps info. So instead of doing so I'm going to say nunchucks. So I'm going to say import, hey Virgo pros, how's it going? So I'm going to do nunchucks equal, or import nunchucks from, I'm going to make this curly braces, and then I'm going to say from dot nunchucks lib. Okay. And let's see, where else is it defined? So we're going to go in here, we're going to delete this configure, because we just want to configure it once, you know? We've got it there, init render routes, delete this, delete that, same thing. Okay, nunchucks lib, it's fine there. And then we've got some caching stuff. Okay, so let's, I don't know, I think I don't need to restart the app as much as I have. So now if I refresh, it's working. Oh man, it feels so good to just see it working, to see something working. Oh, it feels so good. Okay, so let's go into GitHub. We've got, I think sign up isn't going to work, right? Yeah, because it's using a different routing scheme. So let's go to sign up, and let's make this relative. Okay, login, make that relative. Okay, so now we should have sign up working and login working. Awesome. We should be able to go to the home page. Okay, so now let's sign up as a user, and we're just going to say like John Doe, and we're going to put it in a password, which is just going to be John Doe, John Doe. Awesome. Okay, so now we've got this rendering. Do we have any backend errors? No. Okay, we are definitely going to commit this code because it is kind of working. Oh wait, I do need to change it for stack. So let's change this to be relative path, or like, the right path. Ooh, I'm so glad I got that working. Okay, so get apps info. This works and it's looking good. I did a lot of work actually without committing, but it got it working, so that's good. Okay, so um, we'll say like rendering pages working. Let's just say mostly because I just assume that there's going to be some error, some issue. Okay, so now that we've got that working, now we got to get adding new items and saving items working. Oh, and there's a big problem, which is that, I mean, it's not like a huge problem, but before we render the data, we need to add something to the template string. So let me just see, do I have anything console logging? I don't. That's good. So I'm going to just console log this template string, and I'm going to refresh the page. Okay, so here, oh, this is a bigger problem than I thought. Oh no, it's not a big of a problem. Okay, we don't care about the template string, we just care about the HTML. So let's render the HTML instead. Okay, so let's refresh this, or let's clear our console and then let's refresh this page again. Okay, so now we've got the full app, so everything's being rendered, and we have no way of telling on this page which app is being rendered. So you have multiple apps inside of one big remake app, right? And they all have different data, different namespaces. How do we tell it on the front end, hey, you belong to this app, so that when you're passing in your data to the back end, when you're adding a new item, this is the app you're going to have to look inside of. So the way I came up with to solve that is we're going to attach a special data attribute to the body. So what we're going to look for is this. So this is it's a little bit kind of crappy. We're just going to do HTML equals HTML replace. You know what? Actually, oh yeah, that's the thing. Okay, so why not just include this in the template? Like, why not just put this, like, where's the template? Hey, Energies bots, bot, how's it going? So like, why not just like make it have to be in the head, or it wouldn't be in the head, but like, wait, where would it be? Head, footer, home. Do I not have body? Where's the body? Oh, there it is. So yeah, why not just put it in the head? Why not just put like data app equals and then put the curly braces, right? And just say like app name. I don't know. It's kind of actually a decent solution. Because it's not required. It's not like you need to do it. There will be, the default app that it will kind of fall back to. So if you don't need apps, you don't need to include this. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of the right way to do it. The thing I was thinking is like, wouldn't it be cool if you could just put things into certain folders and then that defined what app they're in, and you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to define it on the front end. Forsaken GM, how's it going? Does GM stand for what is it? Game Master? No, what is that called? For Dungeons and Dragons? Oh, is that even a GM? No, that's a DM. It stands for Game Master, really? No, I said Game Master. uh, are you? No, I won't say it. Uh, what does it stand for? For some reason, I thought Dungeon Master. Uh, that's funny. Okay, so yeah, what does it stand for? Does it really stand for Game Master? Oh, Grandmaster. No, I was thinking Game Master. But but are you telling me what it does stand for? You're saying it stands for Grandmaster? Are you a Grandmaster at like chess? That'd be cool. Yeah, so I was thinking like just the way you define the templates could determine which app it belongs to. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like that better. Oh, nice. Teak 3 minus 2. How's it going? Um, you're a grandmaster in StarCraft 2. That's awesome. I watch StarCraft 2 replay sometimes, and I just am very impressed. Um, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I am writing some unperformant code right now, which is, kind of okay, right? What are you up to? Uh, let's see. So I'm gonna replace body with body plus. Oh, you got good news. You figured out the stuff you were asking about last time. That's awesome. And Teak 3 minus 2 is working on your own little front-end framework. That's awesome too. Can you link it to the chat so that other people can check it out? And Forsaken GM, I forget. You weren't working on the YouTube thing, were you? Was that you? I don't think that was you, was it? Um, what was the thing you figured out? Oh, the database stuff. I actually totally forget. I mean, I don't totally forget, but I mostly forget. Oh, Firestore. So are you using Firestore right now? Do you like it? Um, you're trying to get it uploaded to GitHub, but you're not on your normal machine right now. Oh. Um, that stinks. Are you between computers right now? Are you like trying to get set up with a new one? Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was the new life. Um, you guess for like development faster and easier than building everything from scratch, but more expensive this way. Expensive, really. I thought it was mostly free. It was for repairs, then I went on a month-long trip. Oh. So what happened? Is it not done? Is it not finished yet? Yeah. But shouldn't that be plenty? Are you like shipping to a bunch of people or something? Okay, I'm gonna write this as um, an ES6 template string because that's gonna be a lot nicer. So body and then data app and then equals and then we'll just say, I think it's just app name. Okay, cool. So let's test this out and refresh. Let's see if we get it. Data app equals task file. That's awesome. Okay, let's see. What did you say? Wait, did that just take a while to load? No, it didn't. Okay. I meant as in trying to have a user base. It's done, but it's on the other side of the country. Ooh, that stinks. So to adjust Teak first, that really stinks. What machine are you on now? Are you on like a Chromebook or some other thing? Because you can set GitHub up with any account. You just have to, um, have your grandmother's laptop. Oh yeah. Um, yeah. I think you could. What could you do? Yeah. If you have some extra cash, I don't know if you do, but if you have like $5 or $10, what you can do is go to this cool site called paper space. It's something I would use if I didn't have a computer, like if I didn't have my computer, and I think it's very inexpensive. Yeah, I mean, like it's $8 a month for this one, but I think as long as you're like shutting down things after you stop using them, I think it's very cheap. Um, and then what this allows you to do is just rent a computer in the cloud. So you can like, you just have like a computer and you can use it. And it has like the desktop and it's just a regular Windows computer. I don't know if you can do Mac, but I think, I don't know. I think it's the simplest way to like have your own computer. But yeah, if you have your own external hard drive, I guess you could configure everything to work from there. Might be a little bit hard though. Yeah, I wish there was like a cloud IDE that could just handle all of that. And then Forsaken GM, you meant as in trying to have a user base. But I mean, like if you're getting 50,000 reads, that's like you have like what, probably 10,000 user base or 5,000 user base at least, right? So I feel like once you've gotten to the point where you've got like 5,000 users, you're probably going to be able to pay for something. Um, yeah, Code Sandbox is pretty good, but he's trying to publish something to GitHub. I don't know if you can you use this to like publish to GitHub? That would be pretty sweet. Oh, you can. What? Ooh, that is awesome. That is really cool. Yeah, you should check this out. Oh, he likes Stack Blitz though. Okay, guys, time for war. Which one's better, Stack Blitz or Code Sandbox? Um, it takes more config than you can get out of either of those. Oh, that stinks. That's actually pretty surprising because I would think they would be pretty configurable. People have a lot of custom configurations. But I think long term, at least right now, I'd bet on Code Sandbox because they just got a huge funding round, didn't they? I think with projects like that, there's like a lot of upkeep. Yeah, oh, okay, not that much, but 2.4 million, right? That's pretty good. What was yours? Stack Blitz? Oh, jeez. Stack Blitz. Okay. Huh. I guess they're funded by Patreon. Ooh, they got a pretty good following though. That's nice. Okay. Oh, TypeScript configs are a pain and not greatly supported on either, as far as you can tell. Well, there's only one solution. Forsake TypeScript. It's not worth it. I'm just kidding. I just hate TypeScript because I've never used it and people judge me for it, so that's where I'm coming from. Okay, so we've got the data app, the app name loading in. It would be nice to get a title up here. I think what I should do is go in here, and then we have title. I wonder, I bet I can have JavaScript in here. Maybe I can do like title or this. Let's just see if this works. It's not gonna work. It actually crashed on me because of this. Oh, got pipe. Okay. That makes sense. So I think what I want instead is to say if title da, da, da. Then we'll do that. And then we'll say else da, 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 and then we'll say remake apps, and I think I have to end if. Okay. Great. So now we've got a title for every page. I think if we want to define a custom title, we have to do it in the template itself, which is a little annoying. And I don't know, I guess I could do it. Yeah, I should probably do it. Okay, so let's do this. I'll say set title equal to task fellow. And oops, we'll close that off. I think that's gonna work. Let's see. There we go. Okay, cool. So yeah, you have to define like a variable for the template inside the template itself, which is not ideal, but whatever. Okay, so now we've got this kind of basically working. Let's see, what was this? So now we're aware of the name. So the app name in put app name in HTML. And I just got to set up the get, ignore, and readme. Did you get it working with TypeScript? Or, oh no, you got it working on your grandmother's laptop? That's cool. I always feel so weird working on someone else's computer, right? Like, it feels like you're, I don't know, like moving or something, like you're in a new house. Okay, let's see. So now we've got to get saving working. Or we should get adding new items working first. So let's close all of this. And bum, bum, bum. So we've got this new item thing. You need more RAM. Does anyone know a good website where you can download? You can't download RAM. That would be cool if you could download RAM. You could buy RAM and expand the laptop, or you could get a oh, okay. That's funny. Yeah, I think the if you're in Chrome and you want to download more RAM, just press Alt F4 or Command Q, and immediately you'll get like an extra gigabyte of RAM. It only works in Chrome though. Um, uh, yeah. I wonder what like browser has the lightest footprint. I think one thing you could do honestly is install an ad blocker. Sometimes ad blockers like run through your RAM like nothing. Sometimes ads run through your RAM like nothing else. You know, it's like running like a 1080p video game or something. They're like collecting so much information. Okay, so there, I need to post some other things when, whoa, 1.6 gigabytes? That's crazy. I wonder how much it's eating for me. Let's see, Google. Where's the RAM? There we go. Oh, not even that much. Chatty is eating 1.4, 1.5 gigabytes. That's insane. Oh, the Google Chrome helper. Okay, so this combined with this. Yeah, it's not even a gigabyte. Not too bad. Okay, so from the front end, I need to pass in the app name. Now, the thing I need to do first is make sure I have an npm link to Remake.js. So I'm going to say npm link here, and then I'm going to go back into remake apps, and then I'm going to say npm link remake.js. Okay, cool. So now we're linked together. You got YTB? Yeah, I don't know what that means. Does it mean YouTube? Oh, I got it. I got it before you said anything. I was like, you to back? You to be? YouTube. Nice. So all the cool kids are abbreviating it now. I'm not up with the latest vernacular. Okay, so we need to pass in the app the app name when you pass in. Oh shoot! I also need to watch the remake directory. So let's go back into Remake.js and let's run an npm run. I think it's run watch, right? Run watch. Okay. So that should compile it as we change it. Okay, so now let's go into input, and we're going to say adding item event listener, and we're going to post to new. We're going to post the template name. However, we also need to get the app name. So let's get the app name, and that's going to be from $sign body. I honestly forget how my own library works. How does query.js, what does it return to me? So if I call this on it, okay, then I have to say get. Okay, fine. So I'll do get 0, and then, wait, do I need, no, it does a query selector all. Okay, so get 0, so that's going to get me the body, and then I want to get attribute data dash app. And there's always going to be a body, so we don't need to worry about this part. And then the get attribute can return nothing. That's fine. I'm fine with that. And we're just going to post that to the new endpoint. So that might be undefined, but that's fine. Okay, got a repo, no readme at the moment. How much RAM you got? I only got 8 gigabytes, and it seems like it's always 80 to 90%. I think I have a lot. I have 16. It's not that much, actually. I would prefer 32. That would be pretty nice. Okay, so now we've got the app name inside of new. Ooh. Oh yeah, we're posting it. Okay, so let's go into here. So we're going to say template name and then app name. Okay, so we don't need these anymore. Let's delete that, and I actually don't need this either. Okay. Every object in the starting data. Yeah, guys, check that out and see what you think. I'm sure they would love your feedback. I'm going to check it out in a second. I just want to get this working. Okay, so in here we have app info. I don't think I'm including that here. App info, no. Okay, so let's put app info here. And now we have app info, and we're going to have partials, and we're going to do a find on the partials. And what are we going to look for? So we're going to say partial equals, and we're going to say partial. So the template name we're passing. Okay, so the partial name needs to match the template name. And I guess we could put the app first. Well, no, we'll put the app second. And we'll say and partial app, and I think we saved it as app name. Let's see. So if I go up here, get app info, app name, app name. Okay. So we're going to say app name is equal to app name. I would consider it usable, but it only exposes 6 things. Fairly simple enough API. Fairly hacked together so there are 0 limited comments at this time. Oh, okay. 0 to limited comments at this time. Okay. Let's look at this real quick. Give you your first star. FW2 gulp -dev on the little corner of the framework role. Nice. Let's look at the source. FW and project. FW dom.ts. Find state deep. Huh. Defer assignment. Do this. I like that you spelled it with a 0. That's fun. V element. Is that a virtual element? Set reliant state dirty. Wow. This looks like some pretty complicated code, honestly. DOM diff. That's cool. So you're using... Is this a... No. Did you build this or you forked this? Wow. That would be crazy if you built this. Fork, you suppose. But you did a lot of work on it? Wow. It's very, very advanced. I think. I mean, I don't really know, but I think so. Mighty Core 1, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a little while. What are you up to? That's a very cool project, Teak, though. Feel free to post it again. Maybe get like a README in there so that people kind of know more about how it works. Even just like a super basic example of like how to get it set up. Busy week so far, too much work. How about you? I had a pretty busy week. I went to a wedding this last weekend, and it was a little overwhelming, but not too bad. A bunch of people I didn't really know at the wedding. I only knew like the bride and groom pretty much. And then this week I'm on vacation. Vacay all the way. So I'm streaming today, tomorrow, and the next day, which is pretty fun, and working on my own projects. Streaming is a little stressful, but really not that bad. All things considered, not really. I wouldn't put it in the stressful category. It's just like talking for a long time to a bunch of strangers sometimes feels like, oh no, what if I revealed something too much or something, whatever. I don't know if you were here, but like a couple weeks ago I revealed a credit card online. That was not fun. But I recently got the new credit card after canceling that one. The goal of writing it was to rethink how state works a bit, to pipeline some operations. Class-based components work similar to React, but functional components work much differently in terms of how state is handled. That sounds really interesting. I think if you like wrote up a quick explanation, a quick like document on that, it would be interesting to a lot of people. For me, like that's like I know how React kind of works and how things fit together, and I watch a lot of like talks on it. And to me, it feels like a little too complicated for some things. So I think if you like if you put out a new way of thinking about things for people, that's going to bring them to your framework more than anything else, you know? Because there's just people that just like having, you know, a new way to think about things sometimes. Um, okay, so I'm going to search through these partials, and I'm going to find a partial where the name matches the template name, the template name that we're passing up here, and then the app name matches the app name. Okay, so we should have a matching partial here. Okay, and then whew. Okay, so unfortunately I did this somewhere else. Where am I getting this from? Auto generate unique IDs. Oh, it's coming from here. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so ugh, auto generate unique IDs. I kind of want to make this the default, like, and not have it even be an option. I think that's what I'm going to do, because at this point it's becoming too. For me, React is a little overhead for every operation. To be more specific, Virtual DOM in general. I'm really a fan of Svelte. It's a compiler instead of a runtime-based framework. Yeah, I saw the conference talk on that. Um, it was a pretty big deal. A lot of people only talking about Svelte right now, but yeah, I mean, I think it's the way forward. But I think, like any new tech, it's going to take a while to really have a ecosystem built up around it. Um, and I think by that time, by the time Svelte starts taking on React in a major way, React is going to change things up and probably have like a version. I'd imagine if Svelte really starts taking off, I would imagine React within the next 2 years would have a version that is compiler based. Um, I could see that happening. Okay, so auto generate unique IDs. Am I using this anywhere else? No. Um, da, 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 da. Okay, so let's just copy this here, and I'm gonna go into get apps info, and I have the starting data. Okay, so here I'm gonna have this. Um, huh. Let's see. Um, Yeah, I think when you're first starting off with a framework, you really don't want to worry about that kind of stuff. Like you're mostly going to be selling things to people based on, you know, is it fun? Is it easy? Is it easy to understand? That's cool. I didn't know that. Um, okay, so if this, then we're going to do starting data, like get unique ID. Okay, so we need this function in here. So let's delete this. Let's go up here, get unique ID. I don't think we're using it in here anymore, so we're just going to delete this. And then up here, we're going to do this. Okay, awesome. So now we have get unique ID. Now the thing is, this isn't defined in here. So I want to make this like a global option. I'm just going to create like a global options. or let's call it like remake options. And I'm gonna create a folder, a file here. And let's see, export remake options. Okay, wait, that's not gonna work, is it? We had just tested this. What am I thinking? Okay, so we're gonna say remake options equals this, and then we're gonna do this. Okay, so then these are gonna be like our defaults. And I'll probably do this in a different way in the future, but this is the way I'm most comfortable with for now, so that's how I'm going to do it. And we're going to put these two things in there. Auto-generate unique IDs and write data to temp files. And we're going to just set these both to true. Okay, then we're going to export this, and oops, I didn't put a colon there. Okay, so let's search this for this, and we're going to do minus star node modules slash star minus star slash wait, am I doing this right? Yeah, cache slash comma minus star slash what's the other thing I need to ignore? Node modules cache. There's another thing I should ignore. It's not Git. I don't know why it's not Git. Why wouldn't it? Okay. I don't know, maybe that's all I need to ignore. Okay. Okay, so we've got get apps info, and we're going to include that here. So we're going to say dot slash and remake options. Okay, nice. So so that should be our global remake options, and then we're gonna search for this, and we're gonna get that from that. Okay, so let's make sure we have this everywhere we need it. We don't need to include this here. Yeah, it's a really, really cool doc. Okay, we're gonna IDs. Wait, where is IDs? Oh, I don't actually use it here anymore, do I? Okay, so we'll delete that and go into here, auto generate, and we'll do that, and that, and we'll do that. Preprocess data, that's fine. That looks good. Okay, next, that's fine. And finally, in main, ooh, we do use it here? Oh, just to pass it into here. So we're going to delete that, and we're going to delete that. And we're going to actually delete this too. And then we're going to delete these up here. Okay, cool. So now we've gotten rid of most of what we need to get rid of, but we need to search for this one. And we're going to have this search. Okay, and just make sure, yep, we're passing it in the right way. Let's just make sure I'm including the remake options at the top. And then here, same thing. Okay, cool. So I think this should work. Let's see, maybe I'm getting an error. I am. Is object is not defined in get apps info. So let's search for is object. And it is indeed not defined. So I think that was coming from here. Is object. There we go. Okay. And we're going to go here. We'll just include everything. I guess we only need this. So yeah, okay, we'll just include that. Okay, let's see. Listening. Nice. Okay, nice. So it's loading again. Okay, so what did we even just do there? So we just added like a global options. And when we create a new item, we're going to get the matching partial. And let's see, so when we are first getting the app's info, we're actually not just getting it, we're setting some data a little bit too. But that's fine because the data we're getting just needs to be configured. But we're saying, okay, if we're auto-generating unique IDs, then we're going to do a for each over the starting data. We're going to see if anything in there is an object. If it is, and it doesn't have an ID, give it an ID. Boom. Easy. And then we're going to render the partial with the starting data. And then we're going to output these. So let's go back to our API routes, and we've got the matching partial. And this is what the partial has. It has name, rendered HTML, and the app name. And we already have the rendered HTML, so actually all we need to do is pass that here. So just like that, boom. Okay, awesome. And then we don't need this thing, we don't need to render it here because we've already pre-rendered it. Okay, nice. So, let's see if it works, I guess. It didn't work. Okay. Cannot read property rendered HTML if undefined. Okay, well, that's fair, I guess. Let's console log let's console log this. And we're also going to console log the template name. Actually, I'm going to put that first. Template name and the app name. Okay, and let's see what happens. So we're going to restart the server. Let's clear the console and refresh. And then we'll click new. Okay, cool. So now we've got stack and undefined. So app name is undefined. Very weird. So that's probably our problem. Let's see. So if I go in here, on click data, so let's do a console log here, and just see if this data is loading or not. 1, 2, 3, refresh. It's not. Okay, so if I go here, we are recompiling, I believe, but we're not getting the new data. Oh, sorry, we're not getting the new code. So I don't know what that's about. I guess I could restart. Oops. Let's restart the app just to see. I don't think it's actually going to make a difference. Let's see. It did. Okay, whatever. I don't care. It works now, so whatever. Let's remove that and refresh again. And it's away. Okay. So now if I click this, we got it. What? Wait, I felt like it was giving me a pretty valid error. Oh no, it gets it now. Stack and task fellow. And then it's going to match up to stack right here and task fellow. And then it's got the HTML. Okay, wait. What is this? JSON position 1. So init API routes at 2429. Okay, so init 24. Oh, yep, because it's calling the save, which isn't working, of course. So that's what we expected. That's awesome. And we get the new data. But if we refresh the page, it shouldn't be there because the save function's not working. Okay, awesome. So let's make the save function work. So for the save function, we want to do the same thing. Oh, shoot. So call save function, unsave, call save function. So default save, there we go. Ajax post, data path, save to ID, and the other thing we need now is the app name. And we're going to get the app name by doing the same thing as we do here. So we're going to get this. And I'm going to just, I think, safely assume that there's always going to be a body element on the page. So I'm not going to do, any like error handling for that. I'm going to just assume that's there and then get attribute. I don't care if that returns undefined for the app because we want to support that. We want to support there not being that attribute on the body. And then we're going to just pass that into the save function. And let's also just do like a console log here, just to see if it's working. Nice. Okay, so we did get that 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's delete this. And now on our back end, we just need to take into consideration that now we have an app name for the save route. So request user. Okay. So we're going to say let app name equals request body app name. Awesome. Get existing user. So I guess we'll do this second because we want this to be after we get the app name. So we get the user, and then we get user app data, and then app name, or an empty. It's a little bit risky, but I think it's fine. Okay, and then save path. Okay. So I think this is all going to be fine because once we start doing this, we're actually working with actual data, right? So it's just like the data object. If we have it, we have it. If we don't, we don't. And it's just going to extend that. And then this is the other place we need to worry about. So I dealt with this somewhere else too, where it's saving. I believe it's in preprocessed data. So let's go down here, yep, and we say these two things right here. So first we have an update command, which is exactly what's here, right? And then we modify that update command to also add the app name in there. And we're going to stringify existing data instead. And then we're going to pass the update command in here instead of that. So basically, we're just making this update command dynamic and namespacing where the data goes into based on the app name. And the only thing I can think of is that are we also getting the app name from the right place here? We are, right? Yeah, right here. Okay, I mean, it seems fine. Let's see. Let's try it. Let's clear our console and add a stack. Did it just work? If I refresh, is it still there? Nope, it's not there. Okay, template render error. Render error. Template not found. Partials dot stack. Wait, where? Template render error. Huh? Let's see. Let's search this. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. So this just needs to be let's see. So we're in home and we want it to be because it's going to be, I guess it's now going to be relative to the top level apps. I guess I can't make it relative anymore. Is that true? That would stink. Home. Yeah, I guess it's all going to be relative to apps. That's too bad. Okay, so we'll just do task fellow, and then partials, and then that. Okay, let's try that. Nice, and it works. Woohoo, woohoo, that's awesome. Okay, so now we've got that, and if we add more, we've got that. Let's change that data to be untitled instead. Untitled tag. Just to make it untitled. Consistent. Okay. I think I need to restart it, I guess. Yeah, because it's rendering it. Okay, so like if I was watching the direct, I don't know. I think I need to recompile it every time or something. That's kind of annoying, but for now it works. So yeah, there's a minor problem, but let's just get this committed for now. So let's say like new and save API endpoints working with new app namespaces. With new apps structure. And then I'll just put like namespaced data, just to give myself a hint if later I'm looking back through this. And also, let's just make sure I didn't write anything crazy in here. Text. This looks good, not repeating anything. That looks fine, I think. That looks good. That looks fine. Yeah, this is all good stuff. Yep, okay, nice. So let's push that out. So the problem is that the way I'm doing it right now, it's kind of annoying. So if I go into get app info, I'm combing through all of the directories and subdirectories, but then just once, right? I'm not doing it every time. Which means that if you're in development mode, uh, it's not good. It's like if you create a new, if you like change something in your template, it's already gotten that data for your template, right? So it's already gotten the template string, or it's already gotten the rendered HTML. And so it's not going to care that you've changed it. You're going to have to, I guess, yeah, you're going to have to restart the whole app unless, I think what we can do is something very simple. So um, I think what I want to do is if we're in development mode, then I want to get the, um, then I want to like recall this function. I want to call this function again, compute everything again every time. But if you're in production mode, then I'm going to assume that you've already uploaded all your partials. You know, you're not expecting it to be like a PHP environment where you can just modify them on the fly. I guess if you want to, you could just change this flag. But yeah, I think this is fine for the most part. Um, so how to do this? I think, so if we're here, oh, this is how it's going to be. Okay. So we're going to say, um, we're going to have this, and we're going to have this be an underscore method, so it's not going to be public. And I think we're going to say, like, I think we can search for, like, development. Forget how to get, how to see if something's in, see if Node is in development mode. Oh, man. Okay, let's see. So Node development mode. Okay. So let's see what this is equal to in our main.js. Huh, wait. Oh. Why didn't it restart the server when I changed this NJK file? I feel like it should have restarted the server automatically. Okay, let's see. So what is our development environment? It's undefined. Great. Nice. Oops. So let's see. In our package.json, I believe maybe I can do this. I don't know what this is going to do, but I assume it's going to work, right? No, it didn't work. Okay, whatever. Live reload, nodemon. Okay, I think I can put this here. Okay, and now we have development. Nice. Okay, but I don't really care about that because I think the server should be restarting whenever I edit one of these JSON files. So let me see. What am I watching here with nodemon? Watch e. Oh, it's because I'm not watching JSON files. Okay, so let's save that. And now is it watching JSON files? Let's see. So if I change this here, oops, tag to Untitled 1. Here, let's see. No. Okay, so let's restart it. Okay, clear the console, and then do Untitled 3. Wait, I don't know if that just restarted. No, it didn't restart for another reason, right? Let's try it again. Yeah, okay, so it just restarted. Um, it just restarted because I changed the JSON file. Okay, so now this should be working as expected. And I don't need to call this function every time because in development mode it's just going to restart the whole server. So if I change this to untitled1 tag, and then I refresh this page, or I don't even think I needed to refresh the page, and then I do that, boom, we've got it. Because now we're watching JSON files too. Okay, nice. Well, that's all for the stream today. I've been streaming, I don't know, for about 3 hours. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I apologize that most of the stream was probably not very interesting to you, but I am genuinely hoping that tomorrow will be more interesting. We're going to be building a multi-choice adventure game tomorrow, right after I get a new implementation of the save method working. Um, JD Hirsch. Yeah, no problem. So I will be on. Uh, oh, nice. Python social auth in the background. That sounds fun. Um, yeah. So I'm gonna be building an app tomorrow. Probably spend like the first hour working on a new save method, but it really shouldn't take that long. And then we can work on the multi-story approach, which should be like really, really cool because I built this new save method to support it, and it should be very quick to build everything out now. Or at least I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you want, you can join in the Discord chat. I'll be in there in between now and then. Oh yeah, raid. I'm gonna raid someone. Solvin, are you streaming? Do you want to start streaming? Let's see. So I'm going to post this link in the chat if anyone wants to come and chat with us in this Discord channel. Um, okay, Salvin's not streaming today, but I will raid someone because I want to raid someone every day. Let's search for web development. How do I... Science and technology? Is that the normal? Earthquake 3D. Wow, that looks really cool. So should I pick out just the top streamer or... No, let's pick out like something that is interesting to me. A smart color expert. I don't know what that means. Well, this looks kind of cool. Huh. Yeah. Um, Cannabis lo-fi hip hop. What about that? Over the wire. Ooh, look, there I am. Nice. Uh, let's see. iOS, Flutter development, PHP, Python coding, but it looks like it must be in Russian. Oh, creating their followers. That's kind of cute. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Um, okay, learning Python with automate the boring stuff. Day 4. That sounds kind of interesting. I think I might go with that one. Let's see. I'm going to scroll down 3 more rows, and then I'm going to go with that one. Yeah. Okay. Oh, crazy chick. So now I just do raid that. Oh, this channel is intended for mature audiences. Is it still going through? I assume you guys are mature, right? Let's see. Okay, am I Am I... So do I have to close out mine? I do, right? Okay, I'll see you guys. I did. I already... how do I do it? Hit raid now? Where? Top right. I'm... I don't know. Top right? Twitch. How to raid. Okay. I think I did everything. Oh, wait. Oh. Okay. So let me go. Maybe I have to do it here. Oh, I am. I'm already hosting it. Awesome. Okay. See you guys.